How's it going, guys? Nath here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing great. I'm doing fantastic, and we are back here for another episode of Satisfactory. Hope you all are excited to see what we're going to be doing today. So I guess first off, I should show you what I've been up to. So I went through on these milestones and completed all the resources for every single one here. So base building, logistics, and field research. Got all the resources for that. So we're going to fire these away. Now the first thing I want to do is actually base building before logistics, because base building is going to be super important to get all the structures down, get everything organized, and then we can start using logistics to build processing units for each type of resource that we're going to need to progress in here. So we're going to go ahead and select this one, and we're going to fire it away, and that's going to take off, and it takes a little bit for that to come back. So we're going to have to do these kind of spaced out here. Obviously, I have those two to do, but you can't fire them until it comes back. So we do not want to hear that, stupid lady. Okay, so the main goal today is going to be setting up the factory floor, if you will, which we're going to start right here in the sand hill, right about here. My gosh, they are not being quiet upstairs. Anyway, we're going to lay this out kind of this way. Now, I think we're going to go in a direction kind of like this, and kind of just cut out across. We've got to make sure that the foundations are tall enough. So let's see here. We should have it all unlocked now. Yes, okay, so it unlocks immediately. Now, these all cost the same. They all cost 6, no matter what size they are. So we're going to go with the big ones just to be on the safe side. The last time I built a base like this, I did the medium ones. But we're going to do the large ones just to make sure everything is okay. And let's kind of get the feel for this. We got plenty of room over there. We got plenty of room here. But we're going to kind of shoot it off like this, right like here. So we're going to kind of go and place it right about like here, right about like that, and then that there. Nice. All right, so this is going to be our official base, and I want to kind of make it look good, like aesthetically pleasing, but obviously it still has to be usable. So shoot, I screwed that one up. So that's going to be kind of the vibe we're going for here. And I'm just going to start building this out. I have a lot of concrete, as you can see, 300, and that's all coming from the little concrete maker right over there. Super handy.
Milestone exchange concluded.
And shut up. Okay, so we can, okay, yeah, we can get that other one sent up. That's weird. I thought it made like a loud noise when it entered the atmosphere. Maybe I did not hear that correctly. So let's see here. Logistics is probably going to be next. Yeah. So let's go ahead and send that one away. And that's going to take a little bit for it to get up there. And then we'll do that last one.
Conveyor belts can now
Yeah, shut up. Okay. I don't generally care for AI voices, but that one just for some reason makes me really mad. I don't know. It's really irritating. So we're going to keep building these out here, and I love the way the placement is, but it's different than, say, games like Ark or Rust or other base building games. So to get this to like snap correctly, you have to hold it like out here. You can't hold it out there. Most of them would be like point where you want the structure to be and it'll automatically snap. Now on this, you got to like pull off the edge of the platform. So that's something that kind of takes a little bit to get used to. I mean, I've already played through this game a decent amount, and it still kind of throws me for a loop. So we want to make sure we can get this over that way a little bit, but we gotta also keep in mind we have 3 iron productions there. So we're gonna keep iron coming in here, right there, and then iron coming in there. So it's gonna kind of come along here and split between the production lines. So I'll probably leave a lot of this open and start building machines along this line here. So for now, we're just going to lay another line here, and I'll probably put ramps over there to be on the safe side. So I'm going to run down here and do all that. And now let's see, we probably want a 4x1 ramp. We're going to drop this down here, rotate that around using the scroll wheel, and that looks awesome, actually. That's really cool. Okay, so we're gonna keep putting this through here, and it's blending into the terrain decently. Like, that's kind of annoying right there, but I might be able to fix that at some point. I don't know. That's really not too important right now, though. Put that in there. Another one in there. Another one in there. Nice. All right, so there's a gap there for sure. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're just going to drop in foundations. And then, I don't know, it doesn't really matter what ramps we use. We can use these kind of shallow ones. That looks kind of cool, actually. I don't mind that at all. That's nice. Nice. So that kind of just comes up, and then boom, steep ramp, and you're up top on the base. So that's super cool. Eventually, we'll be able to get to the point where we can paint these and color code them and do all that fun stuff. But for now, we can't really do that because we don't have all that stuff unlocked. Now, we're just going to keep dropping these foundations along here. Foundation building is kind of a little boring, but I think it's satisfying when you go along and build a whole ton, and then you see what you've made. It's really cool. So that's a decent starter area. We're not going to put the main hub on here yet. We will eventually, and probably we're going to expand this out at least till over there some way. This iron ore is going to come in over this way, and then out and right about there on the foundations we're going to place that and some of the other things. So let's see here. Let me show you guys the power we got here. So we're at 17.3 roughly using right now. This is the copper sort of making thing, and that is that's kind of probably another like 4, I think. So it averages around 21, 22 when everything's running, I think, right now. So this is still launched, I think. Yeah, okay, so return in 30 seconds. All right, nice. So our next step is going to be redoing this whole iron production thing and having good logistics in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start deconstructing this stuff, deconstructing this. Hopefully we have enough resources, or I might have a whoopsie there, but that should be okay. We're going to deconstruct this. We're going to deconstruct this. And we're going to leave the storage container here for now. See what it has in there. Okay, lots of plates. Awesome. So if we do need any plates, we got plenty. We got plenty of rods. We got plenty of plates. So we should be good to build some stuff here. Now, let's think about this a little bit. So this iron is coming in here from that miner. Now, we probably should grab some more concrete and pull these foundations out a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. Let's run over here and see how our concrete is doing. Oh yeah, tons of concrete. That's awesome. All right. We kind of have a problem because we have garbage in our inventory, so we're going to go deposit that because that's obviously an issue. So let's see here. We're going to get rid of this, that, and the ore. We don't need that. We don't need the limestone either. Alrighty, so we got plenty of concrete here now. Let's just grab all of this because we're going to need it all anyways. So we'll do that, and we're going to run down here and see if we can't finish this out just a little bit, kind of give us a little bit more of an idea of what we're working with here. All right, so we're just going to branch this out like that, and that, and that, and then more, and a little bit more. That should be good here then. Maybe, well, let's do just a little bit more. Perfect. And for our convenience, we're just going to drop 2 ramps here, just so we can kind of get up there easily. It's nice. And this will probably get it, moved out, but we can always deconstruct that, and that won't be too much of an issue. All right, so let's kind of get this whole factory idea going here. So miner, we gotta look at what we're producing here. We have production of 60 per minute, and I believe our smelter can do 30. So we're gonna need 2 smelters. So what we're gonna have to do is the conveyor belts are gonna have to come up out of there. They're gonna go. We're gonna kind of run this way, I think, for now, at least. Let's deconstruct this so we can make it even. Might as well, because we can. And we're gonna move the miner around till right about like that. That should be good there. There we go. And then the ore is going to run up into a splitter, excuse me. And as you can see, the yellow arrow points in, so we're just going to put that right here. That should be centered. Think so? Nope, I'm dumb. Okay, hold on. Let's go right there. Nice, centered. Okay, and now we're going to run this conveyor belt up into here. And I kind of like making it look a little bit more like nice, like a real factory, right? So there would be a pole sort of holding it there. And then there you go, perfect. That looks so much better than just having a random floating conveyor belt, right? Now these conveyor belts, this is the Mark 1, so it can only do 60 a minute. So we're maxed out for this. If we were to upgrade our miner or have it on a pure node instead of a normal node, we'd have issues. But we don't, so that's good. Now, let's see here. We need to get 2 smelters, and we're going to kind of offset them pretty well on either side. So we're going to do one. We could probably stay condensed and just run one out of here and then one out of the other one. So let's see. We want to kind of aim it right about there. I think that should do it. Unless we move it over one. No. Okay, so we're just going to go like that. We're going to go right here with it. And that should be good enough. Nice. Alright, so we can hold down control now to line this up with this smelter. And we're going to kind of go right about here with it. And that should be even. I mean, I'm not too obsessive with that, but it is kind of nice to have stuff even in this game. So we're gonna go put this conveyor belt in there. Okay, no, I definitely did not make that even at all. What the heck is going on here? All right, yeah, this is way offset. This is the fun part about this game, is getting everything perfectly lined up, perfectly set. So that's centered there, right? Like that is centered, and then we can go right there with the feet, right in the edge with the feet. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of this guy. I don't know if it's lined up correctly either. Whoop, that's the wrong one. Whoopsie-doo. Okay, like that is lined up there. That should be perfectly lined up. Yes. All right, nice. Okay, so we're going to run the conveyor belt straight into there. Now this one is going to come around, and what I like to do with the belt is you can just run it straight like that, right? But I like to come right to here. Then we're going to angle it over, kind of judge the line, and kind of pull right like that. And we're going to kind of go right here with it. And make sure that's straight. Boom. And it does take a little bit more resources, but I like the way it looks, as it is a completely accurate little circle, as you can see right there, instead of it being like twisted or weird or just going straight over. Again, like I said, I like focusing on the aesthetics of this. Now that's a little bit weird down there. That's not quite straight, but that's okay. Alrighty, so now that we have our smelters, we have to look at our output. So these are doing iron, obviously, so they're going to take 30 per minute, and well, they're going to take 30 ore per minute right over here, and then they're going to output 30 a minute. So we're getting pretty much 100% production, what would the word be? Efficiency out of this. So we're going to put a power pole here, and we're going to put a power pole just down here. And we're going to have to run power, so for now we'll just do a line that comes over from this guy. And we're going to connect it here, and then from there we're going to go to there, and then from there we're going to go to there. If I can. Hello? Did it connect? There we go. Okay, and now we're going to connect this one to both of the miners, or the smelters, excuse me. And that is that. Now we're going to have to do something different with this power here soon. But let's look at this and see, we got a ton of iron plates. Now, what we really need is a storage upgrade. So I think what we can do is, since that guy is back, we're going to send this one out. And this one should give us, yep, more slots in our suit. So that's good.
Referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items,
okay, so we're going to get rid of this guy, and I think if we deconstruct it, we should get all the iron right in our inventory. Yes, perfect. Okay, shut up. There we go. Now we're going to finish out these foundations here. Sorry, sometimes it's kind of hard to think about what you're doing and then talk at the same time. So we're going to put these all through here, and that kind of evens it out. We're going to have to obviously take care of all this stuff and move it over too. But for now, we have these both perfectly fine. Now we need to consider ratios in terms of constructors and what they can do. So let's put down just one of these temporarily and look at this. So if we want to make iron rods, it uses 15 per minute, and it makes 15 per minute. So one of those smelters can power 2 machines making iron rods. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this over here be the iron rod area. We're going to take another splitter. We're going to put it kind of right here in the center. We get that lined up, right? Is that centered? Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to run the iron out of here. We're going to rotate it till it's lined up. And right like that. And then in there. Awesome. And then from that little guy, we're going to build 2 different constructors, and we can kind of align them right about here, like so. Nice. And it's a little bit longer than that, but that's okay. We're just going to line up right like that. Perfect. And then we're going to line this one up same exact way right there. And now we should be able to connect these. So we're going to send one over this way. And we're going to send this guy over here, line that up, rotate. And then right in there. Perfect. So what we have here is we have 30 iron splitting to 15 and then going in here to make iron rods. Now for now we don't have anything to really produce iron rods with. We could set up a screw factory, but we're not going to do that yet. So what we're going to do, just for the purposes of demonstrating in this video, is take a storage container, and we're going to set that right about there. It doesn't really matter since this is just kind of all temporary. Go back to logistics, get a merger, and we want the output going right there. And then we're going to take these guys, and this is temporary again, like I said, so I don't really care how it looks. It's just for right now, because we will eventually have this all completed and producing a final product. So that is that. Now this should be able to be producing, but we have one issue. We need power. So we have 1, 2 that produce or take power, so we're gonna just put one pole right about like here. It doesn't really matter where it is. And then we're gonna run another pole down here as a split. We might actually I might just put one like right over here as the main connection. And we're gonna disconstruct this guy right there. And then we're gonna run this to here. And from this pole, we're going to run one to there. Now that looks kind of stupid because it's stuck in the furnace, but whatever. We'll fix this later. And then we're going to run this over to this pole. And from there, we will power these guys. Now the problem is we might actually have a catastrophic failure. Let's see what our power usage is looking at. Okay, starting to step up. So we're at 26 out of 40. So we're not quite there, but yeah, we're right there. We're getting close. So we have 22 biomass in both of these. That's obviously a problem. And one thing to note from last video, I was being stupid and did not realize that you can craft biomass without having to unlock anything. It's the condensed biomass that you do have to unlock stuff for, but that's okay. So I went and gathered a bunch of wood, and actually the biomass thing, I thought it would be a little more difficult here due to not having like lots of shrubs and plants and stuff, but actually the twig sort of bushes that give you wood actually produce a decent amount of biomass, so it's not really that bad. So yeah, that's it. Now as you can see here, we have our rods being manufactured. Stuff is piling up pretty fast in here, so what gives? Hold on. This is producing 30. Oh, you know what it probably is these have been producing for a while, so it's just dumping all that excess iron out, so that's okay. But eventually, if this was to be all built and then start up all at the same time, it would be even. As is right now, it's just trying to get caught up. So that's it. That's how to make a simple iron rod farm. And as you can see, the iron rods are slowly trickling in here. But you know, give it some time as you're going and doing some other tasks. And when you need some iron rods for a project, you run back, you'll have stacks and stacks of them in there. So that's that. Now this one we're going to need to use at some point, but I'm going to kind of do some planning, and then next episode we'll hook this one up and possibly automate the iron, which I believe the iron is out that way. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably expand this out a little bit more and then pull the the copper, excuse me. Did I say iron? Copper. The copper over there, we're going to pull that copper and we're going to move it over here. So what we'll probably do is expand this over there somewhere. Hopefully we'll have enough concrete for that. And then we'll move the copper, and there's 2 nodes, so we'll probably bring both over. We'll start with 1. Bring the copper over and get something producing wire and cables automatically for us, so we don't have to craft any of those. So that's it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. Click the bell if you want to be notified when I upload. I really, really appreciate it. This game is awesome, and we're going to play this game to the end. As to the best of my ability, I'm going to attempt to finish this series because this game really is amazing. I always love Factorio, but that's kind of a niche where it's 2D and it's not as immersive, I guess you could say, as something like this where you're moving around with the machines and all that stuff. And honestly, this game is up and coming because, I mean, they started a while ago, but they just keep updating it more. They're updating it to version 4 here pretty soon, and supposedly there's lots of really cool changes coming. So I'm hyped. I love this game. It runs really well. It looks great, and it's going to be an awesome series to play. So that's it for me, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode.